Hey there, friends, and welcome to the Define Success podcast. I'm your host, Bailey Guy. Join us as we empower you to turn your can'ts into cans and your aspirations into achievements. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Define Success. I'm Bailey Guy, and I'm so excited for this episode because I will be sharing with you guys 3 leadership hacks that you have got to know. And so, all of these things are things that I learned over this past weekend. I attended a virtual leadership academy through my sorority, Alpha Omicron Pi. So, all of the executive boards from across the country all got to take part in this really great leadership experience. And so my position within AOPI is Vice President of Membership Integrity, which for a lot of other sororities is just the standards chair. So I got to do that and be a part of talking with all of the other presidents and vice presidents of the individual chapters from across the country, and just learning so much about what it takes to be a leader and how to really hone in on those leadership skills. So that brings me to my first leadership hack, which is something to really just keep in mind, that leadership is not a reward, but it is a skill. And so it's not the position itself. So I remember when I was in high school, I ran for student council every single year. And I always thought that being on student council was what made me a leader, and that was what gave me my leadership status, because of the position that I was in. But that was not the case. It was, in fact, the skills that a person who's in those positions then has, and the way that they're a leader. And so leadership isn't something to strive for in terms of, I can't wait to get this position, or, I'm running for this, or vote for me for that. That's not what makes you a leader. It's the skills that you have in those positions and why people voted for you in the first place. Those are the things that make you a leader, and that is really real leadership. And so some of the ways to kind of enhance that and grow that is through mentorship and reflection. So you want to be reflecting back on what are some things that you've done throughout your life? Who are some great leaders that you had? What are times when you really learned a great lesson? And how can your group improve? So the people that you're leading, and in whatever position you're in, for me, it's my sorority. So what are some things that over the past year, my sorority did a really great job on? And then what are some areas that we can improve? And what are some goals that we can set? Those are all things that I can do as a leader. And in reflecting in that really gives you those leadership abilities. And then also mentorship. So surrounding yourself with people that you look up to and that you want to be like. So that was my first little hack. And that's such a good mindset to have, that leadership is not a reward, but it is in fact a skill, and one that can be honed and not earned. So the second thing is believe in others before they believe in themselves. And I loved this one because as leaders and as people who are in a position of influence, it really is our responsibility to uplift the people that look up to us and uplift the people that we're around and that we're leading. And so this really meant a lot to me because last year, when I did not hold the position of Vice President of Membership Integrity, the girl who was in that position, it was sort of a joke, but sort of serious, but sort of brought up like, oh my gosh, like, what if you were, like, you're the next, Vice President of Membership Integrity. And I had never even considered running for the position until she said that. And it was so lighthearted and so like, she wasn't even, it's not like she was coming to me and even suggesting it, but just putting the idea out there. I was like, wait a second, I should actually run for that position. Like maybe I should do that. Maybe I could go for that. And then I got into a deeper conversation with her about it, and I decided that is something that I wanted to do. But had she not suggested that in even kind of a funny way, it wasn't like she was coming to me, Bailey, you've got to do this. But it was so lighthearted and just like a nice and sweet thing that she said in passing. And that planted such a seed in me that then grew to me ended up, I actually did end up running for the position, and I got the position. And so I probably never would have done that had she not seen something in me and believed in me before I even believed in myself. So that's such a great thing to do as leaders, to uplift the people around you. If somebody is doing a really great job, or if you see something in someone, tell them. And I think that was just so smart. And I loved hearing that at Leadership Academy. And then my third one is a productivity goal setting hack. And y'all know I love goal setting, I love productivity, and I love learning all of these hacks and all these skills. Productivity and goal setting is like, that's my Roman Empire. That's the thing that I think about all the time. And so, a really great skill that was talked about was having a big three productivity system. And so, how this works is every week, you're going to set your big three goals for the week. So, by the end of this week, what are the three things that have got to happen? And then, once you have those big three goals, then you can really look at how you're going to accomplish those through the individual things that you do throughout your day. And then, every single day, you have a daily big three goals. So, you've got a big three for every week, and then also smaller big three goals for every day. And all of these little daily big three goals can really, they can be unrelated, but they also can feed into those big three goals. So you can chunk those, or I guess the opposite of chunk, break down those big three weekly goals and think about, okay, what are the little steps that I have to take in each of my days in order to accomplish one of these big three goals. And then those become your daily big three goals. So I thought that that was such a great hack. And that's something that I definitely have implemented in my own planning. And I have a planner. I love it so, so much. And I always, every single week, I write down 3 to 5 goals that I want to accomplish for that week. And then each day, I also break down a to-do list of what are, 3 to 5 things that I really want to accomplish in this day. And they usually will relate back to those big three goals that I have for the week. So those are some really, really great leadership hacks and some things that I hope that you can take into whatever season of life and whatever position of life that you're in. So I hope that those are things that you can take with you, whether you are in a position of leadership or you're just trying to enhance those leadership skills. Because remember, leadership is a skill and not a reward. And so I think that that was those were just such great things that I learned over this past weekend, and I can't wait to continue implementing all of those into my time, not only as a leader but also just a sister of my sorority. So thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast, and let me know what you guys think. You can always DM me on Instagram at BaileyGGuy, and let me know what you think. Alrighty, bye guys. Have a great day.